Hey everyone, it is Fallon with your reactions, reviews, and general life casts. So, yes, I am here. I had planned to get closer to 12, but I saw Fandom Collective put up my that I was live streaming today. So, figure why not? Might as well get started. So yes, the reason I put the Fandom Rises, I was mostly looking at the Skywalker Rises when I put that up. And we are still on the road to 100 subscribers, which I hope to get to by January 1st. We'll see if that happens. I don't really expect that. There's a few things I want to discuss, and if anybody wants to bring up anything or join me in conversation, whether over here you can see faces or not, it's fine. I'm willing to just discuss in chat also about anything y'all want to discuss. Okay, so first of all, Terminator Dark Fate. I haven't seen this, but from the trailers that I have seen, it's not a movie I would be interested in. I'm glad they brought Arnold Schwarzenegger back. That was great. I was glad to see a few familiar faces, at least in the trailer. I know that it's been having very mixed reviews, and some people are claiming it's bots. But we will see. We will see. Sorry. The entire table almost fell into my lap. That's not a good thing. But yeah, I heard that the first of the movie, they killed off John Connor, and it was the original actor from T2, Terminator 2, for those of y'all who haven't actually seen it. But yeah, I'm like, why? So much potential. So much potential. You could have had two chosen ones, but I guess what they're going with their whole wokeness, as some people are saying, they couldn't handle it. It must be female only, which I'm really getting tired of the female only. It's annoying as crap. But yeah, it doesn't look like a very interesting movie at all. And I heard that the first half is in Spanish. I can only speak English. I hope there's really good subtitles. Okay, so next up, Star Wars. I still don't want to see Skywalker Rises, because from what I've been hearing, that they basically ruined the film, the franchise. Kathleen Kennedy is still being protected by Iger, which sucks. There is, it's just, and then, Weiss and Benioff, I hope I pronounced the names right, they're claiming that they're not doing the Star Wars trilogy they were signed on for back when the last season of Game of Thrones was going on, because fans are too toxic. Right now, I would love to be playing the Lannister theme song, just mentioning them, because everybody hates them. What they did to the last two seasons of Game of Thrones, I'm terrified what they would have done to Star Wars. But I'm not sure you could make Star Wars any worse than it is right now. I loved the EU. It was great. I read a couple of the books years ago, and I loved the video game Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which is part of the EU, which apparently Disney's saying, oh, that's not canon anymore, which kind of ticks me off. I loved Darth Revan, the Jedi Exile. They were great. Overall, it's like, these guys aren't really that important. I don't even understand why Netflix would give them a 9-figure deal. These guys don't have thick skin. They don't know how to handle fans being upset with them. And I would like to know where these toxic Star Wars fans are. You can be a fan and not like what's going on and not be toxic. But apparently that is beyond what directors and producers and everyone in general says these days. It's like, if you dislike something they've created, well, you're a toxic fan, which is completely stupid. We all know it's stupid because toxic is something completely different. It's making an environment so uninhabitable. Star Wars is inhabitable, especially if you're going by the old Star Wars canon. There are a ton of people that love Star Wars, me included, but I don't like what they did with the trilogy. Well, the latest trilogy. I love the prequels. Prequels were great. The original trilogy was great. The books, the video games, all that. And I'm talking about before Disney got their claws into the video games. I haven't played Battlefront. I don't know if I ever will. It doesn't even interest me. Not even a little bit. You're going to be recorded. I have a nephew that just walked in. He's trying to be super quiet. So, okay. Yeah, I wrote down. Now you can see my nephew running in there. I apologize. Once I get this room set up better, you won't see anybody back and forth because this will be camera, video. We'll be in a opposite side. But, okay, so I saw this on Twitter, and apparently it's Geeks and Gamers that broke this news. That Peyton Reed will be returning as director for the third time for Ant-Man. I haven't seen the Ant-Man and Wasp. I heard it's really great. But I want to see that. That is on the list to be watched and reviewed. But I'm excited to see what he's going to do with the third movie, how it's going to play out. Because that man knows what he's doing. I don't know if the Wasp is going to be returning at all. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm just laughing at my nephew. He's just trying to hide from the camera, and it's like right there. You can see everything. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. So Apple TV launched finally. They've been promoting their trailers like Dickinson and I think it's called Sight or Seeing with Jason Momoa. It actually looks like a really good one. The Dickinson doesn't really interest me from what I've seen because it's very confusing. Because you see people in the Dickinson trailer acting like they're from the 21st century. And it's supposed to be a timepiece. And I'm very, very confused. But if anybody wants to comment on it about what that is supposed to be about, love to hear about it. I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to get the Apple TV service. I don't know if you have to have like Apple product to watch it, or if you can watch it on Roku or Xbox or anything like that. If it's going to be like an app you can get on Xbox or PlayStation or anything like that. I'm interested in it. But yeah, I'm here to talk about anything. I just had a few things on my mind. I am still working on a few things, few projects, such as getting up a ton more reviews. Let's see. I do need to get... I'm going to have to go back through all my reviews I have done since I started this channel. We're going to see how it's going to play out. But yeah, expect a lot of written reviews, which you can find them. I'm about to write. I have to get a bunch of glasses off my table. Let's see. I'm going to post this real quick. And yes, you get to hear my typing because I have a loud keyboard that I love. But yeah, this is where you can find all my reviews as far as written format. If you want to check out my reviews on YouTube, all you have to do is just check out my channel. I'm trying to see if I can. Oh my gosh, things are just crazy right now. I've had a few people pop in, which was great. If you are viewing, hi. Let's see. One review. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything, and I probably should take that off of my face. But yeah, there is a few things to discuss. I'm trying to get up to date on everything I can, including I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to get Disney Plus, because there's not a lot that I want to see from that, because it's the only thing I want to see is the Kenobi show, because Ewan McGregor, great Obi-Wan. I want to see how it's going to play out, but we'll see. Yes, need my water. Because when I start talking too much, my throat hurts a lot. And then it gets all raspy and you can't understand a word I'm saying. There's just a number of things we could discuss, but I'm mostly just talking to myself right now, which sucks. Nobody likes talking to themselves. It gets really super boring. It's like if anybody wanted to pop in, say hi, join me in conversation, I'm willing to discuss about anything at this point. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's just, there's so much that is in the air right now. And I'm not happy with how entertainment is right now, because it's all about hating on everyone, the people that are buying their stuff, when it's just going to encourage them to go away. And I think that's going to be a major issue for Hollywood, because already it's becoming quite obvious that nobody likes them. Not anything they're putting out. People are focusing more on independent creators and stuff like that, and it's gonna bite them in the rear eventually. But we'll see how that works out. Oh gosh. I don't know if it's going to change anything in Hollywood. I would hope so. But everything is about politics. Just 100% politics. And that's not good for anyone. Gosh. It's been on for about 14 minutes and I've already discussed everything I had written down, because I have this. I try to write down little points to discuss, but don't know how things are going to work out. I know a few people popped in, but they've only remained for about 10 seconds, which is kind of sad. I apologize. I'm very boring. There's just one thing I would love to see is for them to take politics out of my movies and television, because that would be great. I haven't checked out the Batwoman show, but from everything I've seen and heard, it's not great. Oh crap, it's gonna fall in my lap. Oh, heavens and Murgatroyd. I am still working on trying to get lots of new content for this. I am going to continue. I've been saying this for a while. Later today, I'm going to start back in on Star Trek Discovery reviews. I'm going to have to do some rewatching because I've already seen season 2 completely, but I need to go back because I'm sure there are a lot of people curious about what my input is about the whole thing with season 2, because I thought it was a great season to me. And I'm not a Star Trek fan. I do like talking to, I guess you could say, Trekkies. Is what they've been called for a couple of decades now. Because they have a lot of interesting input about it, about Pike, about all the captains, especially Kirk, Spock. Just, I really get into talking to these fans that are so invested in it, but they are so unhappy, just like Star Wars fans. Because it feels like all these people that are in charge of making our movies and our televisions, that we've been fans of this stuff for years, but they want to ruin it. They are purposely ruining it, which sucks. Yes, I have tired eyes. And just saying, I did get this comment on BitChute. I sound like a 12-year-old. Just so you know, I'm not 12. I'm 36. Gosh. I honestly feel like things are just going to get worse as far as television and movies go before they get better. And I apologize any loudness you're hearing in the background noise. My nieces and nephew are here, and they are very, very loud. It's a sad thing, but it's true. Oh, gosh. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff to talk about. I just can't think of it. At the moment, I have yet to see Dark Phoenix. I heard it's good, but I'm going to wait a little bit to see it. I need to check to see when it goes on DVD or when you can rent it or anything, because I personally am not going to go by various YouTubers what they're saying about it. Because things I like aren't the same things they like. While we can agree on some things, it's not always going to be the same thing. Oh, God, yeah. Because while I liked season 2 of Star Trek Discovery, people I've talked to said it was a dumpster fire, just in general. Even with Pike. Pike needs his own show. I am going to be watching the Star Trek Discovery shorts, because you get, I think there's some episodes for Pike, which is great. I'm excited about that. Especially there's a little nod to Trouble with Tribbles. Yes, I have seen that one. But it's been decades since I watched it. I may try to do a review series on the old Star Trek, like start with the Star Trek, the original series, then go on to Next Generation, then DS9, Voyager, and then Enterprise. But I won't be going episode by episode. I will be going season by season, giving my input. Or if there's a specific episode that makes me really what is the word for it? Enthusiastic? Angry? Something I feel strongly for. But overall, I think my Star Trek review series will be season by season with each Star Trek series. And it will be labeled the Star Trek reviews. Because I have this with Discovery, and it's great, and except for the first part of season 1, that was horrible. But overall, it's like, I have plans. I'm just sorry I went so long without doing a lot of videos. I was sick, and then I went out of town, and it kind of threw me off, and you should expect a lot more live streams from me, but it just depends on what happens in the future. We are 21 minutes in and not a single person, which is sad. It does make me sad. Due to the fact that I don't think anybody else is going to be showing up, I will probably be shutting this off. I had hoped for an hour, maybe 2 hours, but talking to myself for 30 minutes gets tiring really quickly, especially when nobody's saying anything. Or really, which is okay. I'm not always people's cup of tea. So, yeah, this is Fallon signing off, and I will catch y'all on the flip side.